Hi everyone, Mary Ann Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts. It is Tuesday, July 21st. We'll just wait a couple of seconds. While I'm waiting, just a reminder that, hi Phyllis. Just a reminder that every time you place an order that's at least $60, your name goes into the draw for a mini trimmer. And here is it's inside here, winner winner paper trimmer. At the end of July, I will draw for the July trimmer, and I have 6 of them. So I have one to give away each month from now until December. So maybe this will be you. And every time I just look, I know who's placed orders, so I put your name in my jar and I'll choose a name on July 31st. Hello Pat. Hi Cindy. Okay, so we have a few people watching today. Thank you for joining me. My name is Mary Ann Cowan. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Ottawa, Canada. And I just love being in my craft room. So I'm just back from a week at the cottage and a little slow getting back into doing things and not just floating around in the lake. But it's all good. So this week I'm focusing on florals. Yesterday we made a couple of cards. Well, actually gave one of them away already, using the Memories and More floral kit. And it is the Flowers for Every Season, Memories and More card pack, and the coordinating envelopes. So we made this cute little one, simple one, and then we made one a little fancier using the same paper in that same suite of products, and then another one, but I gave it away. So that's what we did yesterday. Today we're focusing on the jar of flowers. I love this one, and we've already made some using each of these seasonal images, and they're quite a bit bigger than they show on the front cover, and I love it because there is one for each season. And today we're going to be using the stem from the Basket of Blooms and the daisy punch. So there's 2 daisy punches. There's this one and there's one that's bigger. Hi Shannon. So today we're just using the little daisy punch, and I'll just show you some unique things that I've tried to do with it. And we're only making 2 cards today, so because that's all I got ready. So I'm just going to slide this one out of the way. The other thing we're using for the middle of the flowers is the 1/2 inch circle punch, which I think is not available anymore, but you might have it in your stash. It's a good little one to have. All right, we're going to slide that one away. So the first card we're going to work on is Granny Apple Green, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, or folded in half is what I like to say. Then I took another piece of Granny Apple Green, 4 by 5 1/4, and I've used a few different embossing folders today. So this one is the Dainty Diamonds 3D embossing folder. It's part of the Peony suite, and it's really, really pretty. I've used it in vellum, gold, silver. It's beautiful. It's going to be beautiful for Christmas cards too. I was just thinking about that. It done some of the new foils that we have actually in the autumn collection. There's copper. I can't remember. They're brushed foils. They're really, really pretty. Anyways, this is beautiful when it's done in foil. Today I've done it in Granny Apple Green. So just to go along with this card, and let's go ahead and put that on. And I grabbed my Stampin' Seal that I did have at the cottage, but if I'm being honest, I never used it because it was a really hot week at the cottage. So it was the type of week where you just spend the week in the lake. It was perfect. All right, so we're just going to attach this Now, the one thing about the Stampin' Seal is it sticks very well. So there is no wiggle room. If you want some wiggle room, you're best to use the liquid glue. It has a little more play in it. This, no, but it sticks. So, and I've finally figured out how to do it properly. Our next piece is from this set, Stitched So Sweetly, which I've used a gazillion times. So I have the largest scalloped rectangle, and I actually have the smallest scalloped rectangle right here with the greeting on it. So that's what I've used for this card. And I've actually used it for the other card too, but with something else on it. Now, what I did is I embossed Daffodil Delight paper. Yeah, that's the right side up. I did some embossed and some not embossed, and you'll see why in a second. And that is one of the new embossing folders, wrapped in texture embossing folders. This is in the upcoming catalog, so the August to December catalog. And I used this one, and for these white ones I used this one. So you can see the difference. Just add a little bit of fun and texture to it. So this card is going to have a lot of texture on it. So this was started out to be my simple card, but I don't know how simple it is. Well, none of these are very hard, but I wanted to just stamp on the paper. So I have my stem from the Basket of Blooms, or whatever it was called. Basket of Blooms. So I kind of like the way this one looks. So for this one, I'm going to stamp right on the paper. So, trying to decide how many I want. Probably should have done this earlier. Now, the only thing about this that I'm not going to like is the stem is going to be over top of the jar lid. But ribbon will hide that. So I'm going to put them all kind of the same height, but I want to make sure it doesn't go outside the jar because the flower is going to cover up the top, so it doesn't really matter. All right, you can't really see that, but anyways, we're going to go with it. I'm going to put this one a bit higher. I'm going to do 3. I was only going to do 2, but I'm doing 3. Now, remembering to stay inside the jar. Kind of looks weird on the bottom, but hey, that's how it would actually look. Hi, Minik. Oh, thanks, Shannon. Yeah, the flowers do look really cool embossed. All right, we're going to pop this up, but not quite yet. All right, now that I did 3, I have to get another little one of these. Okay, hang tight. When I change my mind on the go, sometimes I have to redo things. So I did have 2 of them here. I don't even see the other one. All right. So at first I put 2 embossed ones together, but I found that it's too much. Like you can't even see where the petals are. So then I switched it. Well, I was just kind of trying it out. And I'm going to use 1 embossed and 1 not embossed. And I think that looks nicer. So that's the look we're going for. I'm just going to use a glue dot to attach these. So I have 3 now. And then I thought of stamping one and then using the other 2 punched out. But I quickly decided I didn't like that idea. So I'm going to do this one flat and these ones popped up. And I should have aimed it more, but you have to be careful to stay within the confines of the jar. And I have brown-eyed Susans in my garden right now. And Shannon noticed a big, huge field of them just down the road from my house when she was picking something up. There was hundreds of them. So I'm going to add the little brown center, but before I do, I'm just going to gently curl them a little bit. Now, they are embossed, so if I do it too hard, it's going to wreck the embossing. You could do just the top or just the bottom curled, but I'm just going to quickly do it this way. I like everything a little bit popped. Maybe I won't do the bottom one. I'll leave it flat because we're going to have other ones on top of it. All right, so that's going to be the bottom, the one on the bottom, and then these two are going to be popped up. It's cute. Just checking something. I know it's got little leaves there, but I think I might want more. Of course, the leaves wouldn't look like that, would they? Yeah, I definitely want more leaves, and luckily I have my little tray of stuff here. I only have 2. That's okay. 2 it's going to be. I'll just be strategic in where I put them. Okay, so I want to make sure when I'm putting all this together that I stay on the white piece because I'm going to pop it up. So this one's going to go down first, and I don't think I'll put extra leaves on it. Got some glue dots over here. Oops. This is a very simple card, but it's fun how you can just change it up a little bit and make it a little fancier. Now I can't really do the leaves down like that because they probably wouldn't be down like that if they're in a jar. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe they would. So I'll do it like that. So I'll add these leaves to this one. Now you could go with more subtle greens like old olive, but hey, I like garden. I like this one. I was planning to do bright because the other one is more earth tones. So we don't want them all the exact same height, but we have to remember that they're supposed to be in a jar. So we have to make it look like it's actually in the jar. Okay, I like that. This is our little greeting, but we'll put that on after because I'm not exactly sure where I want it yet. So let's go ahead and put some dimensionals on. Like I said, super fat. There's nothing difficult about this card, but I think it's really cute and very summery. That's why I wanted to go with the Granny Apple Green, although my grass is more this color, Sahara Sand. My grass does not like this weather. Well, nobody's grass does, so. And we're on a well, so we don't have irrigation or anything. I think I'm just going to use a couple of, no, that's silly. Okay, so where do I want this? I don't want it over the edge. Oh, instead of adding Wink of Stella here, I'm going to add Wink of Stella to my water. So this jar stamp is actually a double-sided stamp. I've seen some people stamp it and color this in, but you stamp it on this side to get the jar image, and then you flip it over and stamp it again. I stamped off Pool Party because it was really dark, and then stamp it over to make the water. And there is one that you can do just half water. But I thought it might look cute with Wink of Stella in the water instead of on the flowers. We'll see. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Yeah, I like it. It's hard to see, but it definitely has a little shimmer to the water. All right, now I will put this on. And I'm just going to put it flat. And then I did find these are retired rhinestones. Which ones? Well, it doesn't matter, you can't get them anymore, but I like this color. Noble Peacock, that's what they were. They're kind of big, but the color was good. I'm just putting one. Alright, so that's our first card. Made using Daffodil Delight and Granny Apple Green. And we embossed our flowers using the embossing folder. Oh, almost forgot. So I'm just going to try a bow, and I think it'll be big enough that it will be okay. It'll cover up that part I want covered up. And now, I should have put my bow on earlier so I knew where to put my flowers, but that's okay. I'll just tuck it under here. Okay, I'm going to put a glue dot on, and then I'm going to tuck it under. And having done this, there. That looks cute. Probably should have put my flowers a little higher up, but alright, so that's the first one, and this is Bumblebee Gingham ribbon. I love it. It's so summery and pretty. Thanks, Cindy. Alright, so that's the first card. We'll just put it over to the side. Just putting the ribbon exactly where I want it. Can't really tell it's a bow, but anyways. Okay, so the next one, same idea, different things we're using, and we're using a more earth tone. And I'll remember to tie this around my little jar. So we have Crumb Cake, Sahara Sand, I want to say, embossed with the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder. So let's just go ahead and put that on. I was trying to pick up the colors in the wood grain. So this is the wood grain paper. Actually, couldn't find any designer series paper that I had in Granny Apple Green. I know there is one in the Brights pack, but I guess I don't have it. And I didn't want to use retired stuff. Alright, so then we have same scallop, rectangle scallop, but using the wood grain. At first I had these on both on white, and I'll show you. I was experimenting with different ones. I had that one, which is kind of good, but it should be that way. And then I had white, and then I had the white flowers, but then I realized you couldn't see them very well. Then I tried a bit of a wash, and I didn't like it, just on a scrap piece of paper. So I ended up going back to the wood grains. So I've got my wood grain. I've got my little jar that I've gone ahead, stamped the color, cut out. And then I have two choices for ribbons. I have that one or tying this one around. I think I'm going to try tying this one around. And then we can always tie it around and then add that bow if this bow isn't big enough. I didn't do any with the little shaker dome today. I'm just keeping it simple. It's taken me a little while to get back into the swing of things. Now I'm going to put this a bit off to the side, and that will help me decide where to put my daisies. Okay, I like that. I think we'll just leave that one aside. Trim this off a little bit, but I kind of like the whimsiness of it hanging. I'm going to add Wink of Stella again to the water. We might be able to add Wink of Stella to these white daisies, but I don't know, daisies aren't really Wink of Stella type flowers. Alright, there we go. Let's put that away. So we have the same idea, and I'll show you again what it looks like when you do both of them embossed. It looks like a little too much, I think. So we're just going to do the same thing, put one embossed and one regular. And I think that gives it enough of a kind of cool look. Now I'll do 3. I'm not sure how many I'm going to do here. I do have 3 stems. So you'll see what I've done is I've stamped those stems and then fussy cut them. Yes, fussy cut them. And I'm sure there's stems in one of the sets that I could have used, but it didn't take me long to fussy cut them. I've got yellow Daffodil Delight centers, and I have tons of these daisies blooming in my garden right now. They're so pretty. They're just such a happy flower. All right, so we've got 3. I think I was only planning to use 2. I'll just cut another one, and we'll add that to the middle. Whoopsie. Here we go. Okay, so for this one, you actually really can see the sparkle in the water. So this is going to go like this. Then now the same thing with these. It looks like it's over top. I guess I could tuck them behind, but no, you would see them in the water. We'll just hide them so that you can't see them. And these ones I don't have extra leaves for, so that's okay. So we have 1, 2, 3. I'll probably use glue dots to put these down. I do kind of like the look of the actual raised ones, so we're going to pop a lot of stuff up. This is going to, I think I might do this flat. This is going to pop, and again, we'll do 2 of the flowers popped. So we got to make sure we don't go off the page. Okay. So with this one, I have a little more play in getting it. Some stamps that you get, some stems that you get, they stamp both ways. This one doesn't. So just making sure that I have them where I want them. And this looks like a good spot to put the glue dots. This one I want up. And that one, just because of the other ones, seem to be glued down. Okay, we'll see how that's going to work. Just making sure I'm not missing any comments. All right, so that's going to go centered. This is going to go towards the bottom. This one is going to go flat. And then same thing, we'll pop up the other 2. So I'm going to put this as high up as I can. So this one's flat, so I can just go ahead and put a glue dot on. The other ones we'll put dimensionals. Oh, I also have this. So this little flag is from the one I never remember the name of. Tasteful Labels Dies. Great die set. So, and then I just fussy cut out a little tag to put on it. So I'm not sure where it's going to go. So I just want to, before I put anything down, play with it a little bit and see where I like it. It's probably going to go in the same spot. Originally I was going to have it hanging down from here, but that kind of looks dumb, and the flowers are going to be up there anyways. Okay, so let's just leave that, and if we don't like it, we don't have to use it. All right. So I think before we start this, we need to pop up. Okay, this is going to go, I've changed my mind. This is going to go flat, because if I put this popped up and then I put the first daisy flat, it's going to lift up a bit. Or let's try. It's gonna look dumb. Now I'm gonna pop it up. I may regret it. Or I might just pop up all of the daisies. I love these little jars. They're so cute. And if you get paper pumpkin, the last paper pumpkin had a little firefly in it. And we had I think that maybe the last jar set had fireflies. So I was going to make another one with fireflies, but I didn't have time. All right, I am going to put this on flat and seeing if I've already got some stuff going on. I'm just going to use my white glue. Whoa, that's a lot. Okay, this is going to get centered. Sometimes I go a little bit up, but I'm not going to in this case because I want the daisies to be able to go as close to the top as possible. So there's going to be one. We can go quite high with these. Don't I have 3? Oh, there we go. I thought I had a glue dot on one. All right, I like that. I'm going to try this with a glue dot. Okay, that looks okay. And then these ones are going to get dimensionals. I could have cut that a little bit to give it even more of an angle, but this one's got a pretty good angle. And it works out perfect because you can still see the bow. That's why it's smart to do the bow first. Not like my last one. Okay, and now we've got our little For You, which I think will look cute right down there at the bottom. Popped or not popped? We've got so much stuff popped. May as well pop it up. And I got lots of extra daisies. I could put those on the envelope, or you could put one inside here as well once you put your little piece of paper for your greeting. So there we go. I had tried this one. It was in the same little palette, but I felt it was too dark. So I went with the other one. All right, so there are the 2 cards today, focusing on the Jar of Flowers stamp set, and then this little sprig is from the Basket of Blooms stamp set. So 2 cute summer cards, and something blue ended up on there. Oh well. I'm going to try adding a little bit of Wink of Stella to the daisies. We'll see what happens. Oh yeah, you can see it for sure. I don't know if maybe I'll just do the top 2. You could just do the top petals as well. I don't know, Wink of Stella just makes everything look prettier. No, now I got to do the last one too. Just the parts that you can see. All right, so those are my 2 cards for today. And tomorrow we're going to continue with florals, and I think I'm going to use Beautiful Friendship because I love, love, love that stamp set. And I have an idea of something I might want to use with the window sheets. Thanks, Pat. Daisies are very cheerful. So you can see the different ways you can do your cards with cutting out the stems or just stamping them right on. I think we need another glue dot here. I'm going to roll it so that it kind of keeps the 2 of these down. There, that's better. All right, and as I said, you could put another little daisy inside or a daisy on the envelope. Okay, thanks for joining me today. That was 2 quick cards. Oh well, it's 3:30. I love daisies too, Diane. And they do make you happy. You cannot look at a daisy and not smile. They're just so pretty. And right now I have both of these Shasta daisies and a couple of different kinds of brown-eyed Susans coming up in my garden. And the deer don't eat them, so that makes me happy. All right, so I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for joining me in my craft room today. I hope you're joining me on my mission to make a card, send a card. I kept these really generic for you, so you could send them, you know, for you, happy birthday, or for you, thinking of you. Yeah, especially when we're still not able to see people as much as we'd like to. If you're interested in ordering any products that I've used in these cards, you can visit my website, mariannecowan.com. You can also subscribe to my newsletter, and then when I do the blog posts of my cards, you will get them in your inbox. And you can also find my videos on my YouTube channel. All right, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.